Colton, first of all, welcome to the Glasgow Clan, a late addition to the roster for the rest of the season. How much are you looking forward to being at the club and the season ahead?
Yeah, no, I'm really excited to be here, part of this team. They're on a bit of a roll right now, doing well in the standings. Coming from a team that wasn't having a great season statistically. Looking forward to playing in a lot of meaningful games down the stretch here, moving into playoffs.
And you talk about the meaningful games. The one on Saturday we'll talk about very shortly. You're coming up against your old team, the Fife Flyers. But how much have you enjoyed your experience of the Elite League so far?
Yeah, it's great. It's a good league. There's a lot of good players here that really forces you to be a good player every night. And I'm really pleased. I've had great teammates so far. The group here in Glasgow, I just met them this morning. Great group of guys. Seems like they have a nice setup there, and it's been a good experience so far. Obviously, being in Scotland still, I've had a chance to check out some of the scenery, and it's been awesome.
And as you mentioned, you had that practice with the guys this morning. They're a very welcoming bunch, I think. I take it they've taken to you quite well.
Yeah, no, right away, everyone introduced themselves to me, and I just hopped right into practice, like I was one of the guys. So it was nice that they were very welcoming. It's not always an easy situation joining a team midway through the year, but they're making it easy on me, so that's nice.
Good. So tell us about you, Colton, in terms of a player. What is it you'll bring to this Clan team in the remainder of the season?
Yeah, I think a big piece of my game is I'm strong defensively. I like to play physical. That's something that I think this team, that's a bit of their identity here in Glasgow. So I think that's a big piece that'll bring. I like to think of myself as a strong skater and just get the puck moving up the ice. And when I can, jump in on the offense, whether that's running the rush or making a play from the point, just getting a simple shot in. So that's what the fans can expect here.
It's a question I always like to ask new players. Whenever a player moves to a club like the Clan, for example, I know ice hockey is a very small world. You've played with players who have played here, played against players who have played here, not necessarily at the Clan, but around the league. So who did you seek out to try and find out more about the club? And I'm mindful of the fact you played with a couple of ex-Clan players in Fife.
Yeah, no, I've heard good reviews from a couple players. Obviously, Craig Peacock, Barry McKenzie, both played here. They had nothing but good things to say about the area and the team. And then Jamie Crooks, actually, funny enough, we're from the same hometown in Canada and grew up knowing each other, played with each other a little bit when we were younger. So that was a nice person to be able to reach out to. And I also was a teammate with Braylon Schmear for a number of years in the Western Hockey League in Canada. So it was easy to talk to him, and nice seeing a familiar face, this morning driving me to the rink. So that makes it a whole lot easier as well.
I was talking to the coach about you, and he recalled being up against you when you were with the Brandon Wheat-Kings. Do you take that as a compliment, the fact that you've impressed in such a way that a coach from an opposing team still remembers you a little bit later?
Yeah, definitely. I guess that means in some way I made an impact, a good one in that. So it's a positive, and I'm glad he did remember me, and I was given this opportunity to come here and make an impact here too. So yeah, it's humbling and nice to hear. So
I was looking back. You have played in Glasgow before. That was the game between the Clan and Fife back at the end of November. What were your impressions of the arena, of the general atmosphere that night in that game?
Yeah, I think anytime two Scottish teams are playing against each other, it's going to be a pretty good atmosphere. It's a good rivalry. Just an hour and a half down the road. So my experience here, it was tough to come in here. It's a loud barn. It's a very nice barn, and we got behind early in that one, as I recall, and that didn't make it any easier getting the fans into it. So I'm expecting much of the same this week, going the other way, playing for Glasgow, going against Fife. So it was a great experience. I mean, these are experiences that you might never get again. So being able to have a derby like that is nice. It's fun.
And of course, as I mentioned, it is Clan against Fife on Saturday. A chance for you to come up against your former teammates so soon as well. How much are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, I mean, don't really have any ill will to anyone on that team, but it'll be fun. I mean, whenever you get to play against a teammate or old teammate, friend, it's fun. But it's all business on the ice. Can leave the pleasantries till after the game. So we'll still be going out there, play hard, play to win. But it'll add a little bit of extra emotion to it for me, I'm sure, and maybe on the other side it will too. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm really excited to step on the ice and play in front of the Glasgow crowd.
And the season at Fife, you touched upon it a little bit earlier. It can't have been easy that the club are languishing at the bottom of the Premier Sports Elite League standings. Can you give an insight into what it has been like at the club this year? They're a very proud club. The fans very passionate about it. I can't imagine it's been as nice as it maybe you would like to have been.
Yeah, I think when I came over here, I knew the team was in a bit of a tough situation as far as being short on bodies, which affected the teams playing, and I think that kind of just snowballed into other players having to play lots of minutes that did affect how they performed. And January is a tough month against a lot of top end teams, a lot of Belfast, Sheffield, Cardiff, teams like that. So I mean, there's a lot of games where we were in it, but we just didn't have that extra push, and I kind of put that back to guys being a little bit tired, playing a lot of minutes. But overall, I can't say it was a bad experience. I mean, came to, like you said, a passionate fan base that gets behind their team. So I don't regret going there at all. It was a good experience, and I'm better for it. So.
I'm going to finish with the last two questions I always ask new signings. One of which I'm going to put you on the spot about. It's to tell us something about yourself that nobody knows. We like to find out a bit more about the player, about the man behind the player. So what can you tell us that nobody knows about you?
I actually completed my schooling back home in Canada. So I'm actually a certified landscape designer. I took landscape architecture back home. So that's probably something that most people won't know about me over here.
Interesting, good one. Okay, and as this is the first opportunity for you to sort of speak to the fans, what would you like to say to the Purple Army watching who are keen to find out more about you? What would you say to them?
I just would say I'm really excited to play in front of them. I know the atmosphere that they bring to the Braehead Arena, so I'm just super excited to play in front of you, play hard, and hopefully you guys get to watch us win a lot of hockey games moving forward.
Well, Colton, it's been a pleasure to meet you. Look forward to seeing you on the ice, and certainly look forward to seeing you on Saturday as well. And thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you so much. Pleasure to be here.